Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday, September 21st, 2025. I am out on the D&L Trail just a little bit south of Whitehaven, Pennsylvania. And if you look around, it is already looking like early October here. Our leaves are turning early this year. And I'm out at a place that I visited in a prior video. If you recognize this bridge abutment here, and there's several more behind it going across the Lehigh River, this was the bridge abutments for the former Lehigh Valley Railroad's Hayes Creek branch. And this one is fairly well known. When we run the trains down from Pittston and the bike train, we do include it in our narration. And you can also see the old roadbed where the Hayes Creek branch comes into the current Reading and Northern. Now this bridge would have arced across the trail here and gone up this abutment and then continued on its way out to the Hazleton area. To better illustrate things, I pulled up a map from openrailwaymaps.org. The yellow line is the Reading and Northern Main Line, and that's the route we followed this morning, taking the bike train from Jim Thorpe up to Whitehaven. And then we rode down on the D&L Trail, which I've colored in orange, and that's also the former CNJ Main Line. And lastly, I've added a red line showing the Lehigh Valley Hayes Creek branch, and we're across the Reading and Northern Main Line. Well, at the time it was the Lehigh Valley Main Line, then across the Lehigh River, and finally across the spot where Jay and I are standing right now on the D&L Trail. Now, I had hoped to one day explore this branch on my own, and my good friend JP Video was kind enough to do that for me. He's with me today on this bike ride and adventure. And it was one of the adventures he struggled to complete it. And guys, if he struggled with it, it would have been impossible for me. I had originally planned to do it with him. And in hindsight, I'm glad I didn't. But the adventure continues because what Jay found was there was another huge bridge. I'm not quite sure if it was bigger than this or about the same.
Probably close in size.
Okay, Jay says close in size. That would have crossed over the CNJ's Drifton Branch. And that was another branch that started a little further south on the trail. We're looking south now. And it ran west, and it went underneath the Hayes Creek branch. And I gotta be honest, guys, when I watched Jay's video and I saw that bridge abutment all the way out there in the middle of the woods, I was a little jealous, and I was a little upset that I don't have the physical ability to get out there. But turns out there is a way to get out to see the abutment, and that's to trace out the CNJ Drifton Branch. And guys, that's what Jay and I are here to do today. I wouldn't say it's as nicely manicured trail as the D&L, but there is a clear pathway to traverse. It's relatively flat, and we're going to trace that out to where the two railroads once crossed. So get your tickets out. Oh wait, we're not on the train. Alright, just grab a bike and come along for a ride with us. Alright guys, I'm looking north on the D&L Trail. We're about a mile south of where we looked at those bridge abutments at the Hayes Creek branch. And something important, guys, that I forgot to mention, this D&L rail trail that JP is standing on, this used to be the CNJ main line. In fact, this runs down into Jim Thorpe, and that's where our Jim Thorpe station is located. So we are at a place now that is called Drifton Junction, and that's where Jay is walking right now. In terms of how the tracks went, I believe it would have come off and the switch would have been down this way. And it's always easier to show than tell, so I'm back here with another map from openrailwaymap.org. And the panning of the map shows the bike ride that Jay and I did from where the Lehigh Valley Hayes Creek branch crossed the D&L Trail to a little bit south at Drifton Junction. The blue line that just came into view is the CNJ Drifton branch that I just described, and we'll be heading into the woods to follow that west until it meets up with the Hayes Creek branch. And what looks like a little tunnel here in the woods, this is the old roadbed of the Drifton branch. And where did the Drifton branch go? Take one guess, guys. Guess what? It went to Drifton. So Jay and I, we're going to ride into this. We do have our e-bikes today, the ones that we both consider our daily drivers. It's going to be a little bit slow going. We may have to walk in spots, but I'm going to put you on the necklace mount and take you for a ride. Hang on tight. Alright guys, so that first bit was a little bit dicey, getting over some of those tree roots. I was a lot more nimble on a bike when I was young, but this looks surprisingly flat and opened and maintained. Jay's waiting for us a little bit up ahead here. Hi everyone. That was a little unnerving. Oh wow. Let me turn the camera a little bit, guys. There's two choices when I film on bikes. I can either put it on the helmet or put it around my neck. And I find that putting it on the helmet, I always think I'm keeping my head straight, but my God, I look everywhere. But if we see cool stuff like this rock wall, which is really cool, we will stop. As Jay was saying in his video, anything we find, like foundations, signs of old buildings, railroad ties, signs, we will stop and take a look at that as well.
I can walk over and show you size comparisons.
Sure. Sometimes you can't appreciate these till you see it in scale. So there's Jay walking over, and there's the rock face. Get some nature's carpet off to the right here on that big rock. Looking a little bit less maintained in this area, but still very passable. We do have this tree. Hey Dennis, this is like Rockport. There's a tree in the middle of the road, and that's kind of funny because you got that all over Rockport, Texas, and we're just a few miles north of Rockport, Pennsylvania. So I'd say it's pretty appropriate. Tree in the middle of the trail. I gotta say, guys, this is a thrill because here in eastern Pennsylvania, we've had a lot of old rail beds converted to rail trails through the excellent Rails to Trails organization. And it really is a pleasure to be able to ride the old railroads once they're fixed up and made good for bikers. But it's even more of a thrill to be able to come out here in nature, to something that's effectively abandoned. I mean, maybe it has minimal maintenance, but it's not on the trail maps. And you're not going to get a lot of people out this way, and we're really getting to experience railroad history firsthand and unaltered here.
Getting kind of closed in and thick up here, so
Okay.
I'm going to proceed cautiously. We may have to go on foot. I'm not sure.
Okay. I'm okay if we have to go on foot.
It shouldn't be much further, I know that.
Okay, cool.
That's CNJ Creek, right?
Yes.
Oh, this has to be maintained. There's cut logs up here.
Oh, no kidding. Okay, so Jay is saying there's some cut logs up here, so this is definitely maintained. Certainly not, you know, to what the D&L Trail is, but yeah, look at this where he's riding right now.
Oh, there's trail plays here.
Okay, and there are a lot of hiking trails that go up and down the mountains here. Off to the left here, I don't know if you can see those orange blazes on the trees. That would be one of them. So this, no doubt, would be the access point to that trail. We may end up having to proceed on foot, which I'm totally okay with.
Yeah, we're going to have to.
Okay. We are going to have to go on foot, guys. I'll be right back with you after we rearrange the gear and lock up the bikes. All right, so we've locked up the bikes. Jay's going to lead the way. He says we're not too far from it. So obviously it's going to be a little bit of tricky terrain. What's trickier, traversing the terrain or saying the words? Tongue twister, Jay. You didn't tell me I was in for that.
You're on your own with that one.
I'm up for a hike in the woods, but
I have a
man,
hard enough
tongue
time
twisters. So there's this trail here. This is what I was talking about when we pulled up on the bikes. There's this trail. It's blazed orange, and you can see it kind of goes up. There's trails all over the mountains here, guys, and I'm not really a vertical hiker, so I'm not really the one to speak intelligently about them. But I would guess, why don't we look around here, Jay? There had to have been a bridge here at some point.
I'm looking to see now.
Because there's no way that the...
I'm thinking it was probably a small wooden one.
Yeah. There had... Oh, wait, here, is that... No, that's a route. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see, that's the creek goes down here. There's some rocks, some boulders down there. They look naturally placed. Jay's saying maybe a wooden bridge across here, which would explain why there doesn't seem to be a trace. But the rail bed picks up just right. You can see it there through the woods.
Now, looking here, I mean, this could just be coincidence, but it does look like kind of like a ledge right here.
Yeah, I see what he's talking about.
Almost like an abutment wall, but these look like they're placed by man. So I'm wondering if maybe there was a type of bridge afterwards, because I think the original rail bed would have crossed over there.
It would have gone right there because that continues straight.
Why would this be here though? So I'm wondering if they maybe had a pedestrian bridge at one time or something, or something different. But this looks man-made.
That does look deliberate.
It's pretty uniform. Oh yeah, 100%. That's stacked by man. So that's another piece of the puzzle, as I like to say. You have to keep in mind which. Are you recording still?
Yeah.
Now, once Jamie does share the details with you, I mean, you have to keep in mind, this is an old branch line. I mean, it hasn't been used, from my memory, in over a century, I think.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're going to be really hard-pressed to find anything still existing today. If it was wood, it's most likely rotted and gone. So, but we'll keep searching. You never know. You
never know what we're going to find, and I just enjoy the speculation. I mean, this is the closest you're going to get to time travel.
Pretty much. Let me give an update here.
Okay, so just giving you a quick look before we leave our bikes. This is the stone wall that Jay was pointing out, and that most definitely looks man-made. So we're going to cross this little tributary, and then we'll pick up the rail bed on the other side. And even this crossing here with the stone looks remarkably man-made. There goes the tributary. There's where the bridge likely would have been. I really don't see anything that looks like a trace of anything. So like Jay said, it was most likely wood. and that would be long gone by now. And Jay is standing where the abutment on the other side would have been. Just looking back down at the tributary. And then as I turn westward again, there's the rail bed. It magically reappears. So let's go for a hike.
Take the lead for now.
Okay. And guys, you can't feel it, but for me, the suspense and the excitement is building. Because like I said earlier, when I saw Jay's video and he found that old, huge railroad bridge across Sandy Creek, I really wanted to see it, and we are getting close. And guys, I can't wait. And when we get there, we're going to tell you a little bit more about the CNJ Drifton Branch, put in perspective what kind of history we're tracing.
Looks like this road has been wide enough for just one line, I think.
I believe so, yeah. Where we do think the Hayes Creek above was likely double tracked, given the width of those bridge abutments. But this, no doubt, was single track.
Okay, the water's getting louder. That means we're getting closer.
Alright, if you hear that roar, that is Sandy Creek below. You can hear it better than see it. Looks like we gotta go down here. I don't know if there was another area here with maybe a small bridge, or if the land has gotten a little bit eroded over time. There's a pretty good look down below at Sandy Creek.
I'm looking forward to seeing it from a different angle this time. Yeah, we're going to be pretty close now.
Okay, cool. Alright, we're back to a section that's a little clearer. Jay knows that we're getting really close.
It's giving me a sight that you can't really appreciate until you see it in person, because what we're looking at now is, nature, but then slowly coming into clearing is just this gigantic wall of a column of a support pier. It's so incredible to see.
I can't wait to see this, guys.
Mylar balloon.
Oh boy.
Floated all the way back here.
Do you ever wonder where those balloons you lose at the amusement parks go? Now you have your answer. Doing good. Ooh, Jay found something. Let's see what it is.
See if you confirm.
All right.
What do you think it is?
He's gonna let me look. Looks like we got an old railroad tie. Surprised we haven't seen more. Railroad tie covered by nature's carpet. Jay's walking up to it now.
Yeah, it's definitely rectangle.
It's definitely rotted,
Yeah.
particularly on that far end there.
That's about the right length and width.
So when they took out the track, they must have cleared out most of the ties with it. I'm surprised we've been walking this far and haven't really seen much. It's always possible we'll find stuff on the way back too, because sometimes it's just the angle you're looking at.
I've said before in my videos that the everyday, ordinary person that would maybe be walking here wouldn't know that this is a part of rail history.
It's very
They would
true.
think it's just a hiking trail.
Exactly. And I'll tell you what, through Jay's videos and others who do the same kind of adventures, I've learned to look in a lot more detail at stuff when I go to these places. Sandy Creek has drifted a little bit away from us. There's quite an embankment going down here, but you could still hear it. And if you want to behind the scenes of how Jay does some of his videos, you're getting a first-hand look. Oh, there's one too, right behind you.
Yeah.
Alright guys, right as we turned the cameras off, we made a discovery. I found a pretty rotten tie here, and then I looked back to where Jay was. This is exactly what I was just saying about how sometimes looking at a different angle you see different things. Here is, it looks like not one but two railroad ties, very covered in nature's carpet.
Trees going right into it.
Yeah, look at that, guys. Looks like it's kind of enveloped the other side as well. At the end of the day, nature always wins.
The everyday ordinary person walking, hiking this trail most likely doesn't know the rail history that took place here. This goes to show that a little bit of research, some curiosity, and some determination to lead you down a path and looking at it a whole different way. I do apologize if it's taking longer because when we did
no worries.
I thought we were coming closer.
Yeah.
And now we're drifting up, but from what I learned through the history, which I share with you, is that this is no more than 2 miles in length.
Yeah.
We're well over a mile now, so it shouldn't be terribly farther.
Yep, and I concur because I measured stuff out on Google Maps actually while I was watching your video, because this idea was already in my head. And yeah, it's definitely within 2 miles, guys. And it's a pretty straight shot, as you can see, off the D&L Trail. And that's how railroads build. They don't want to build any more track than they have to. So everything's a straight line when it can be. Unless you're in Pennsylvania, then you just follow nature's curves and elevations. what we got here.
Oh, look at that plate.
We got a rail plate, or tie plate, I'm not sure. I should know the exact name by now. But that's what they would set the rail on top of that, and then drive the spikes through these holes.
You know, if we pushed our bikes across that, we could have been riding.
We could have been riding most of this.
Yeah, this is pretty managed.
It's amazingly rideable, guys.
Now look at that straightaway there.
Look at that. We could have zipped right through that. We'd be there already. But that's all right. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey.
Well, I tell you, if we were on bikes, we probably would have missed that plate.
Yeah.
Maybe some of the ties.
You know, and Jay brings up an excellent point there. The more you slow down, the more you see in the world. We probably would not have seen those ties, and we definitely would not have seen that plate. And look where we're back at, guys. Sandy Creek is right below us.
Okay, so surprisingly I have service. The white line is the LV. We're on the blue line, CNJ Drifton. So right up there is where they're going to cross. So we don't have much farther to go.
All right.
We're almost there.
Guys, we know we're getting close now, no doubt about it.
Right down here somewhere is going to be the cable crossing. Once I find that, I know we're within like 50 feet of it.
Oh, wow. You guys, I'm going to say it again. If you have not watched Jay's video exploring the Hayes Creek branch, you need to do it. Yes, it's long. Break it up over a couple sessions. I've seen a lot of his videos, and hands down, that was his best video ever. And even for me, knowing he had successfully made the journey, there was still a lot of tension watching it. And what he's referring to on the way back, there's actually a cable bridge over the Sandy Creek. And he crossed it, and I'll tell you what, guys, I was tense watching it. You gotta see it. And here's a little more evidence, guys, that this trail is at least somewhat maintained. We've got another sawn log. All right, Jay's found another railroad tie. Let's go check it out. I would venture a guess that the further we get from the main line, the less eager the workers were to haul things out. That one's pretty rotted. And while Jay's doing B-roll, I think I found another tie. So we're finding more and more ties.
Might be one or two mixed in here.
Another rock wall up here. About the same height as the prior one, but it's a little more covered in vegetation on the lower part. Alright, Jay has found the cable crossing. And guys, this is meaning we are getting oh so close to where the Hayes Creek branch used to cross the Drifton branch. We got more ties.
Trying to get some footage at the same time, but it's better than walking through it. But right there, see it look.
Oh, there it is. Okay, guys. See that uprooted tree there? You got the cables running from that end over to there. Oh my God, that's even sketchier than it looked on your video.
I'll let you go first because it's up here.
All right. Big moments just ahead, guys. He's letting me take the lead. In the meantime, we got another rock wall to look at.
It's hiding in plain sight.
Hiding in plain sight. So this could be interesting. It's probably not going to reveal itself in shimmering light.
Oh, look at the ties there.
More ties.
Oh, right there, a bunch of them.
Oh, wow. This was probably towards the end of the project when the supervisor's like, just get it done.
Look up.
Oh my God. All right, we're looking down at ties and yeah, he wasn't kidding. Hiding in plain sight. It's like finding an ancient megalith.
I'll walk up ahead and get size perspective.
All right, Jay's going to give us some perspective on size here. I dare say that's maybe even a little taller than the one we started our day at. Guys, this is absolutely amazing. Just standing here in the middle of the woods. This supported a bridge that was the former Lehigh Valley Railroad Hayes Creek branch. Let's take a walk around and have a better look.
I measure this between 30 and 40 feet tall.
So Jay's saying he measured it, it's between 30 and 40 feet tall, which seeing him standing here to give it perspective sounds about right. Wow, we got a big timber on this side. Alright, so refocusing a little bit after the initial excitement. That's facing east where Jay is walking from. The Lehigh Valley Railroad would have come across here, gone overhead, across this abutment. And then the CNJ Drifton Branch would have continued this way towards Drifton. Okay, I've got one final map for you that ties this all together. And just a quick recap, the yellow line on the east bank of the Lehigh River, that is the current Reading and Northern Railroad. The orange line on the east bank of the Lehigh River is the D&L Trail, and that's the trail we're biking today from Whitehaven down to Jim Thorpe. The blue line is the CNJ Drifton Branch, and that's where we've spent most of this video, first biking, then hiking through the woods on the old roadbed to reach the point you see here that I've just zoomed in on. The red line is the former Lehigh Valley Hayes Creek Branch, and that's the tracks that would have run overhead across this large bridge abutment. And I'm seeing a lot of timbers down here, guys, so I'm thinking, I mean, look how long some of those are. Those probably would have been the ties across the bridge overhead. And a lot of them were just dumped down this embankment. Actually got some trash out in the woods here. It's like some kind of appliance. Maybe an air conditioning unit. What it would be doing out here, I don't know. Got a rusted can. And I don't know how well you can see it through the trees here, but there's the embankment on the south side for the Lehigh Valley Hayes Creek branch. Oh, wow. There's some cable here, a bunch more cans. Looks like a bowl. And we got a little bucket hanging from the tree here. This looks like a makeshift campsite. Got a bicycle frame. Hold on while I climb up here. Welcome to Spring Cycle. And then just over here looking up into the sun is the other abutment. Alright, while Jay does a little bit of exploring further on, I want to tell you guys a little bit about the CNJ Drifton Branch. So like most railroads in this region, it was built to service the anthracite coal industry. And this was built in the late 1800s. This was an era when anthracite coal was really getting hot, no pun intended. A lot of the buildings and railroads around here were built in that era. And this is a 10.5 mile branch line that ran from Whitehaven through Pond Creek and onto the upper Lehigh line. Now there were a lot of railroad rivalries back in the day. And in 1921, CNJ ultimately lost out to their rival, the Lehigh Valley Railroad. And that's the railroad on the east bank of the river that is now, of course, guys, our favorite railroad, the Reading and Northern Railroad. And after that point, the CNJ operated just a small 2.3 mile section of the Drifton Branch until they finally abandoned it in its entirety in 1934. Alright guys, Jay and I are on a time schedule today, so we're getting ready to head back. The Drifton Branch looking west only goes another half mile to a mile before it runs into what is now some private property. So if you ever do come back here to explore, you're not going to be able to get a whole lot further than this pier. And we get maybe a little bit better look at that abutment now that the sun is hiding better. It's still pretty covered. But that's going to be it from me and Jay here. If we see anything of significance on the way back, I'll turn the camera on. If not, I'll wrap things up when we're back at the D&L Trail. Alright guys, so we're only a little bit east of where the bridge pier is, and Jay found something. He had talked earlier in his video about how some of these rock walls may have had to be dynamited. And you can see clear as day here, drill marks. Look at that one, guys. He noticed that as we were walking back. So there was definitely some rock here that had to be cleared for the railroad. Good catch, Jay.
Thank you.
Alright guys, you may recognize this as the tributary where we came in. And good news guys, our bikes are still here and Jay made it back with me. Not that I had any doubt. But we are going to wrap up the adventure here. Jay and I are waiting for our picnic lunch and big surprise guys, we've got some trains to catch from trackside. So I do hope you enjoyed coming along on this adventure. It did take us a little bit more effort on foot to get out there than we expected, but guys, I think it was worth every minute of it. I hope you did too. As Jay said to me a few times as we were walking, there's probably very few people alive today who have seen that with their own two eyes. They may have seen Jay's video, they may be watching this one now. And guys, I would have thought that I'd never see that with my own two eyes until I found out how relatively easy it was to get to. So, as I learn about railroad history, guys, I'm glad I was able to share this one with you. Jay and I are getting the bikes packed up. And I'll say for now, thanks for watching. Oh wait, I forgot to tell you to watch Jay's video. Of course, guys, watch Jay's video.
You said that too many times already.
I said it too many times already. All right, so I'll just wrap it up. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking it through to the end. And I'll see you down the tracks.